You're here because something inside you still refuses to give up. Even tired, even silent, even without strength, you still believe. And that quiet faith you carry is exactly what heaven heard. It wasn't your shouted prayers, it was your suffocated whispers. It wasn't the perfect prayer, it was the tear that fell without warning. And right there, in that sacred and invisible place, something began to shift. Where you saw no way out, God was preparing a door. There, in the sacred refuge, He started to reveal who He really is. You didn't notice it, but He surrounded you with signs. In that song that played out of nowhere, in that conversation that stirred your heart, in the peace that invaded your chest in the middle of the storm. Yes, it was Him. Speaking in the language only your soul understands, because He knows your deepest questions. And He's already preparing answers sweeter than you imagined. Answers not meant to explain, but but to heal. I know. You've thought He forgot about you. You've looked at the sky and said, I can't take it anymore. And even so, you kept going. You kept going for your loved ones, for fear of stopping, for faith in the dark. And heaven saw it. And heaven is moving on your behalf. Because you're more important than you think. Life broke you into pieces. But God is not impressed by chaos. He specializes in rebuilding what seemed destroyed. The vessel that was shattered in secret will be restored in public. And you won't go back to who you were. You'll be better, stronger, softer, filled with light. Because that's how He works, with purpose even in pain. In your heart, there are still unanswered questions. Why me? Why now? Why all of this? And I tell you, He never forgot what He promised you. He was just preparing you to carry it without losing yourself. Because what He has for you requires roots. And you are growing them. Quietly, invisibly, maturing in the hidden place. And when you bloom, no one will understand how you became so strong. Remember that night when you cried yourself to sleep? He was there. That moment you felt completely alone in a crowd? He noticed. And every moment of loneliness was an invitation to meet Him deeper. Because He doesn't just want to take you out of the desert. He wants to transform you inside it and turn you into a woman who doesn't need the world's approval to know who she is. God is not late. He's right on time. Every delay was care. Every closed door was protection. Every person who left made room for His arrival. Because now He's stepping in. And when He steps in, nothing stays the same. Not even you. You may have gotten used to just surviving, but now it's time to live. Not your way, but His way. Because His plans are far greater than the crumbs you once accepted. You weren't made to beg for love. You were created to dwell in honor. And honor begins the moment you recognize your worth. That open wound you've been hiding, He already touched it. And He'll turn your trauma into testimony. He'll use this pain as a bridge to heal others. Because nothing you've been through is wasted. Not even what broke you in silence. Not even what no one saw. Because He saw, He felt, and He's already moving. You're in the middle of transition. You're not there anymore, but you haven't arrived yet. And on this uncertain path, He's guiding you with peace. Not the kind the world gives, but the peace that calms your soul without explanation. Feel that peace touching your heart now. The anxiety is being dismantled. Because where He reigns, the storm obeys. You've always been strong, but now you'll be full. Full of His presence, full of meaning, full of purpose. Enough of settling for less. Enough of living halfway. What God has for you is whole, and He only gives the whole to those brave enough to let go of the almost. You're ready, even if you don't feel it yet. The woman you were, she no longer exists. Because the woman God is shaping will surprise even you. She'll speak with wisdom. She'll walk with authority. She'll love with maturity. And she'll live with divine purpose. Because when God shows you who He is, He also reveals who you've always been. if all you have left is faith, that's already more than enough. Because faith takes you where logic can't. Faith sustains what your heart can barely hold. And that's the faith God is honoring now. It doesn't matter if no one else believes. He believes in you. And that's what matters. You thought you were forgotten, but all of heaven watches you with love. While you dragged yourself, He carried you. While you went silent, He was interceding. You didn't waste time. You were being prepared. And now your revelation season has arrived. You will witness what only those who wait can see. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and say with faith, I trust your timing, God. You just declared a new cycle, and heaven heard it. Do you know why? Because you are His daughter, and daughters have access to the Father's heart. Things won't stay as they are. Something is unlocking right now. Doors, answers, dreams. But the greatest gift won't be what you receive. It will be who you become. Because you'll know God like never before. You'll recognize Him in the smallest things. And you'll call Him Father with confidence. So stand firm. Even if everything still looks the same, something inside has changed. The seed has sprouted. The faith has ignited. And the promise has started to move. Get ready to testify. Because the day God shows you who He really is will be the day you finally discover who you are in Him.